Hey, how you doing out there? This Patrick Rowley. Um, how you doing, Dr. Gallardi? How you doing, everyone else? The case study that I'm choosing to present is the case study that is found on page 596, and it's called "Keeping Up with Bill Gates." As we all know, that Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world, but sometimes we don't know about his upbringing and where he came from, or what type of leader we might classify him as. Of course, we know that, like I said, that he is one of the richest men in the world. So for me to rank him as a leader, I think is kind of something that I would consider a privilege. I mean, really, like, who am I? I'm just a college student. My opinion probably doesn't even matter to him. But the thing I would like to say about him is I kind of consider him both more of a charismatic and a transformational leader. Um, I really can't rank him in one of the other, but I think that he is more a charismatic leader. Um, because in the case study I read that he is thought to be labeled as a king, and that right there kind of took me for a loop. That um, for him to be a king, it means that they think that he is above everyone else. He is put on a pedestal, um, as far as compared to everyone else. So that means, like, in that workplace, I can, like, imagine it being people there. They're like, well, we're trying to be like Bill Gates. Kind of like and it said in the case study that it caused a lot of competition within the company, within the employees, which I think is a good thing, actually, because he was looked at, to being so high, so up there on a topper rank than everyone else in there. They felt like, asking him means that they couldn't do the work that was provided for them. So therefore, that created what is Microsoft today. The fact that Bill Gates was so superhuman in a way, as far as a charismatic leader, um, is why they got so much success now, because those employees had to work hard, and even some of them are millionaires to this day. Well, I think that he can still be, as far as he could be a transformational leader, because he saw that his company could be more. He saw that it was so much more that could be gained from from the company, and he pushed his vision. He saw that vision, and he pushed his employees to work that hard. I can I can even see it, like, turning into a survival of the fittest type of work environment. It's like, you adapt, you get better each day, then that's how you survive at that job. You last long. Well, I don't know if it would be the situation I would want to work in. It sounds like a lot of added pressure and a lot of added stress. Even the fact that this seems like it's very helpful, but it's not. Like I read in a case study that Bill Gates would say that if one of his employees couldn't meet a deadline, that he would do it himself, and that to me would add so much pressure, because I would be nervous. I would be scared. Like, man, you know what? I can't constantly keep not meeting my deadline, and he's the one that's doing this for me. Like, it would just mess with my head too much. I don't know if I want to be in that pressure situation like that. But I would love to be Bill Gates. I would love to be, him, as far as if I see things and I have people work out my visions and things like that, to be looked at as a king. To feel like I'm superior, I'm superhuman, that people are striving to be like me. That's truly a definition of a leader, that he has followers who wants to be like him, who wants to eventually walk in his shoes and get to where he is. Um, so he's definitely a charismatic leader, I think. Next question on this case study, it states, considering the followers and employees of Gates, what are some unique characteristics of Gates' followers that might identify him as charismatic or transformational? Well, like I said before, the fact that his employees saw him put him on a pedestal, ranking him so high, is a reason why he became who he is now to this day. That company was started by two people, and then they had a vision, and they got followers to also see that vision. But because those followers weren't like the leader, those followers worked hard to get to that level and made Microsoft into a multi-billion-dollar corporation now, which made Bill Gates one of the richest people in the world. So, some of those unique characteristics, I would say, is that the employees, because they saw him as a superhuman, he's different, he's out of the ordinary, they started to sacrifice things, I would imagine. Sacrifice time at home, just to meet these deadlines. Because Bill Gates has such a tough, rigorous work schedule, because he had timelines and deadlines that he wanted to meet. So therefore, those people that worked for him had to sacrifice things, and because of that sacrifice, they reap the rewards, and those rewards are amazing. I guess because how many people have Microsoft programs on their computers? It's just so much more. What an Xbox 360 has Microsoft technology and things like that, and that all started from Bill Gates and the guy's name, I can't remember, Paul Allen, and then those employees that they kind of pushed and molded and had them following them to create such a company where it could do so many things. It's just amazing when you really think about it, that company being started so small by just an idea could blow up so big. Think about it now, it's like so many things have been invented, but like how would you even go about starting things like that? And I like think about the pressures and probably the ups and downs and the failures he had to go through, but to remain strong. And I mean, Bill Gates, he came from a father who was very successful, which what I would say plays a big part in how he was raised. His father probably instilled in him some morals and things like that. It says he inherited, according to this case study, it says he inherited intelligence, ambition, and a competitive spirit from his father. And those right there are the qualities, are the characteristics that you need to build something that he has built. Especially the ambition part of things. Like he has goals, he set timelines, he did what he had to do, and he set out and he did it. Basically, that's it. Now, and that made him into a leader. And I say he's I can't say the word. He's a charismatic leader in more ways than one, I believe. It's the book, because I think he had that vision that he wanted to portray, and he did that, and I believe he was very successful in doing so. Very much so. Bill Gates should inspire. He has inspired a lot of people, but I feel like he should have. Well, I really can't say it, but I think maybe if he would have balanced it more as far as a different type of leader, he wouldn't have had that success that he has today. I think he balanced it just right. He wasn't too hard on his employees, but he wasn't too soft on them either, which led to the success of Microsoft. I can't state it enough. How successful he is, because it's like a crazy fact in here about how much money he made, and it's like shocking. I think it comes out to like 200 million a week, like really. And that all started from you dropping out of college, and you wanted to come up with a program, so you hooked up with a guy named Paul Allen, and that's what happened. Like, of course, not everybody's gonna be able to to have a success story like him, but he gives you hope. He lets you know that you shouldn't stop, and he makes you think, as far as me being a parent, that I should instill those qualities into my son as far as being a leader, those that intelligence, or the smarts, or whatever the case may be, and a competitive spirit that he may strive, and when he faces that failure, gives him adversity, that he may be able to succeed, and one day he can be Bill Gates, or he could be better than Bill Gates. It's just one of those things. But back to what type of leader I really think he is. I really classify him as a charismatic leader. Um, he was ranked a superhuman, I guess, by his employees, because they felt like they had to, they would strive, or they wasn't up to par to him, and that's the biggest characteristic of really what sets him apart from a transformational and a charismatic, because they're kind of closely related, and Bill Gates had a lot of both, I think, actually, but because he was seen as that guy to go to, that guy to be, that leader who they all wanted to be, then that's why he was a charismatic leader. And his followers, they knew that, and they appreciated that, and because of that, they did what they had to do. They wanted to please their leader, and I almost make it sound like a coach, and they wanted to please their leader. But just like any employee, we want to please our boss. So that's just something that they wanted to do. They worked long hours, probably cried themselves to sleep some nights, cried during programs and things like that, just to meet those deadlines. But they made it happen, and that's a quality that I think that a lot of jobs don't have, and you can't blame it really on the employees entirely. Like, you have to get a Bill Gates state of mind, I think, as when you're going to start a business, or if you're going to run a business or manage something. And I know a manager and a leader is two totally different things, but the manager should have some of those leader characteristics, I think, if he's going to be over a certain amount of people. And if they get a Bill Gates state of mind, then I think a lot more would get accomplished. A lot would be more successful. I mean, you would lose some people who didn't want to work hard, and you didn't need those people anyway. You should want to surround yourself, as a leader, and this is what Bill Gates did, surround himself as a leader. He surrounded himself with people who had the same vision as him, who wanted to see the same thing happen. And obviously those people were smart. They stayed around and they became millionaires. Money's not everything, but hey, it helps. It helps out a lot. So, yeah, I feel like he was definitely a charismatic leader, and his followers knew that. It's just the fact that even all that stuff he had, he still made time to help them out. He said if they couldn't get it done, then he'll do it himself. Not that he'll get the best best programmer that's like one step under him or whatever to help him out, but he would do it himself. And that right there is just something like, wow, like you really love your work, you're really dedicated to this, that you will take your time to do it yourself. Even though you have all these other things on your plate, you're still going to try to help us do it. And that right there says a lot about Bill Gates. And like I said, a Bill Gates state of mind is what I believe a lot of bosses and store managers and store entrepreneurs and things like that should have. A Bill Gates state of mind. I think that's something that I need to adopt. A Bill Gates state of mind. It's never too late to really strive like that. I don't think I'm going to be creating any businesses, any Microsofts or Googles or anything like that. But a Bill Gates state of mind in aspects of my life will help me out. Because I do have people that follow me, and I need to push them I need to have them thinking to a point where they see that, you know, to if they want to be where I am, they have to strive and work for it, just like I'm working for it now. Um, so this case study has really, you know, inspired me to kind of think differently about my life. But I really enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye.